How's it going, guys? So today I'm painting two of my closest friends, Leo and Danny, and we have I've just started to do a basic little sketching underpainting right now. I'm not going to go into too much detail about doing portraits right now. What I do want to do is a little rundown about doing eyes. So I'm not doing the eyes for Danny, obviously, because he's wearing sunglasses, but we're going to get into Leo's eyes. And I'm doing this for them to hang behind them in the podcast. I'm going to give it to them. Danny asked me to do it, but something that I really love to do, and I've said this before time and time again, is that putting the eyes in really before going into detail with anything else is great, because it gives that person their soul. It gives them life, and you feel them there, and it kind of inspires you to keep on working and find out, how you can explore making this person feel even more real. But the eyes, that's what I love to do first, because I've said it before about working backwards to forwards. If you think about it, when you're doing a face, the eyes, they're literally on the inside of your head. So I've done this basic sketch here, and I'm going to go ahead and get started on the eyes. I'm using this sweet little baby angle brush here. You know how much I love angle brushes. And before we get into the irises, the first thing we want to do are the whites of the eyes. And now, the whites of people's eyes, they're always for the most part, depending, a couple shades lighter than the skin tone. It's never actually white. So today I'm going to be using, this is called brown pink. It's a color that Gamblin makes, but it's pretty easy to fake. You basically just mix alizarin crimson and Indian yellow, tone it down a little bit with a touch of phthalo if you want to, but I like to keep the vibrance to it. So anyway, just gonna go in right now, get a little bit of me old Gamsol here, go in there, and I'm kind of just gonna go around the outsides of the eye right now. And I like to do both eyes at a time, because sometimes if you just detail one eye on its own and go super, like a lot of detail in it, and then you try doing the other one the same way later on, you'll find that they don't have this Gestalt, and it's a German word meaning you look at it and immediately sort of feels like it's meant to go together. And I think that people, I don't do makeup, okay? I've never done makeup on myself. I would never do that. But when people do their eyes, it's the same thing. You want to do both eyes at the same time so that they reach completion together. You don't want to do them separately, or it might not look right. So I'm kind of going in around the edges here with my little angle brush. And so now that I've got some sweet, nice, wet edges going on, I'm going to go ahead and start to tone it up a little bit. So I've mixed a tiny little bit of phthalo blue with some titanium white. Gotta rub it out a little bit so that there's not too much paint on the brush. I'm going to go in and just start to put that in there, like so. And I'm just gently putting that down there. It's good to be delicate when you do things like eyes. The eyes are so important. They really give character to the person that you're painting. So I've just put down one little bit there. Get a little bit more. Go ahead and do the same thing over here. And I'm starting in the middle and then working out towards the edges. That way it's easier for me to kind of blend. And you'll see I'm pressing down with the brush, and then with the body of the brush, and then I'm going in with the tip and kind of just blending a little bit with the tip. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. More of this. Put most of the paint down with the body of the brush. And go in, blend out towards the edges with the tip. And then same thing on the last part of the eye. Now remember, when you're painting eyes, think about it like there's spheres on the inside of your head. So when we did that first exercise where we were painting spheres, think about it like that. You're making a sphere, it's just being covered up by flesh. So you're gonna have some drop shadows usually, so, stuff like that, that's regular. Now we can go ahead and get started on the iris. Take some alizarin crimson and phthalo blue. You can put a little Indian yellow in there too if you'd like to get that deep, dark, transparent black. I'm gonna go in and give him his pupil. Right here. And I'm gonna go around, do a little bit of the eyelash right now, just kind of put that in there. So now I'm doing just the pupils and a little bit of the eyelash. And then also, I can go in and do some of the outside of the iris as well. It gets darker out here. Sorry, I always have a hard time trying to stay focused on the area and paint at the same time. You guys know that I'm getting better. I'm trying to get better. Alright. Dear, look at me. I'm literally not even focused. I'm so sorry, guys. One of these days I'm gonna have a better setup. I appreciate and love you so much, but because of you guys, I'm able to live, survive, have money. And the more people I can get to be patrons and learn how to paint and do that, the better these lessons will become, and I'll be able to get better camera equipment, tripods, stuff like that. So just going in and doing the outsides of these irises as well. I'll do the same thing over here now. Put that iris in there. Pupil. All right. Okay. So now we got the irises, pupils in, it's looking dark. There's not really too much illumination going on yet, but I think I want to kind of do a little bit of under the eyes too. And so what I'm gonna do is actually shift the entire surface around, because I find that sometimes when I shift the sides, I can get edges better. So I'm doing it this way because to get this edge right here, it's just easier for me. It's more comfortable, and it's okay to be able to do that, switch your surface around. There's no reason why you need to just have it the same way the whole time. You're making the painting your way. So you're gonna do it however is most comfortable for you. Same thing down here. Alright. Now we can start to lighten up the whites of the eyes a little bit. Should go back into where I mixed in this titanium white and phthalo blue, and then just using the tip of the brush, start to go into the center and lighten it up a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and just deposit some paint here. A bit more paint right here. Same on the other side. There you go. And there. So now I've placed the paint down. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of what's on the goddamn motorcycle. It's gonna go ahead and get rid of what's on the brush and then start to blend out. And you can do this as many times as you need to so that you can get it to the right light. Okay. Remember, these are just spheres inside the head. That's all eyes are. All right, and so now next, what I'd like to do is go in and getting my brown pink again, which I said before you can make with alizarin crimson, Indian yellow, and a tiny touch of phthalo blue. And I'm going to mix it with some cad yellow, create a nice lighter brown here, and start to pull in a little bit of color out of these irises. And you can do this as many times as you need to. I'm just kind of dotting it like that. So it's cool to wait for it to dry sometimes and go in and add in even more color. Sometimes I'll do like a ridiculous amount of colors in the eyes. It's always a good time. A little bit lighter there. And same over here. Lighten up a bit. Okay. Now, as you can see, there's a highlight going on in the eye. Same thing that we did if you watched the dog before, is I'm going to get some titanium white and just with the tip right in the middle here, lay down this right there like so, and then another one over here. Get rid of the paint so that I can blend out a bit. So I'm going to make this into the glow. So just kind of work around it and try to have it go there. Alright, so now we got the basic glow in there. A little bit more titanium white. This time we can just go straight white because this is the real reflection here, the very center of the glow that we created already. And whoop, some more titanium white and whoop. All right, now we got some beautiful glowing eyes. And I'll go ahead and, since we're not really doing a rundown on how to do portraits, I'm not going to go into any more detail. This is just about doing eyes today. And so you'll see once I start adding everything else into it, the eyes will make more sense. They'll fit into the face. Right now it kind of looks like a weird alien. And I'll probably go back and do a couple of other things to the eyes as well. But I just wanted to show you a basic approach to how an easy way to do eyes. So love you so much. I'll see you next time.